Good morning, gentlemen, and welcome to week 5. Hey, our theme for the week ahead is Keep It Together. This themes and the teaching for this week comes from our verse of the week, and we're going to be looking at Ephesians chapter 6, verse 14. We're going to discuss how that relates to you as an individual. We're going to talk about how it applies to you as a father, as a husband, as a son, how this relates in brotherhood, how you can apply it in your workplace, and how you can connect this to your physicality. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 14 says, "Stand firm, therefore, having girded your loins with truth, having put on the breastplate of righteousness." But before we enter this week, I feel like it's important to define exactly what we're talking about. The Greek word translated here as loins is asphus. And this is literally talking about the part of your body that the Hebrew people believed the generative or reproductive power resided. So to state it clearly without being graphic, Paul was talking about your manhood, literally that which makes you a man. The word translated as girded is a Greek word that has 15 letters in the pronunciation key, but I'm going to give it a shot. Perizonomi. In its most simple form, it means to fasten tightly or to secure. We see this same verbiage in Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 17, as the prophet is being called to speak to the nations. God tells him, "Now gird up your loins and arise and speak to them all that I command you." We see it again in Job chapter 38, verse 3, when God is responding to all of Job's questions out of a whirlwind. God tells Job, "Gird up your loins like a man, and I will ask you, and you make me know." Jeremiah was about to prophesy, and Job was about to be schooled. So God was essentially telling them, "Buckle up, boys." Paul is literally telling us to stand firm, having our manhood secured. Paul gives us the thing that can secure our manhood: truth. Truth comes from the Greek word aletheia, and it means truth, reality, of fact, or certain. Paul tells us to secure our manhood with truth, to secure our manhood with what is certain. The second piece of the armor in this verse is the breastplate. I want you to think about the breastplate. The breastplate is designed to protect the essential organs, those necessary to sustain life. While there are other organs under the breastplate is primarily designed to protect the main life-sustaining organs, the vital organs, the lungs, and the heart. What does this mean spiritually speaking? Genesis chapter 2, verse 7 tells us, "Then Yahweh God formed man from the dust of the ground, and he breathed into his nostrils the breath of life." The word breath is the Hebrew word nashama. It means spirit. God breathed his spirit into man. God breathed his spirit into the lungs of man. And the sheer power that was in that breath brought creation to life in perpetuity. This same breath that God breathed into Adam, that life-giving spirit of the living God breath, is in your spiritual lungs today. Spiritually speaking, the heart is the seat of life. The Bible associates the heart with our ability to think or reason. Paul said in Ephesians chapter 1, verses 17 and 18, that the God may give you the spirit of wisdom and revelation in full knowledge of him, so that you, the eyes of your heart being enlightened, will know what is the hope of his calling. So what are we talking about when we say the breastplate? We're talking about that part of the armor that protects the part of you in which the Spirit of God resides, the place of your enlightenment and understanding. Paul tells us that we can only protect the Spirit of God on the inside of us and our place of enlightenment and understanding with the breastplate of righteousness. So the Floydian translation of Ephesians 6:14 says, "Stand firm, therefore, with your balls in your hand, guarding the core of who you are, the very place where the Spirit of God ignites true power. This is your battlefield of enlightenment and understanding, where integrity, true virtue, and purity must reign. There is no room for weakness. Think right, feel right, act right. Protect your mind and your soul with unyielding strength and conviction. Be bold, be fierce, and never back down." So today, take your family to church, engage in worship, be the leader that God created you to be. Then sometime this afternoon, even if just for a few minutes, review this verse. Ask God to reveal to you your weak spots. Ask him to begin to reveal to you the areas where you're compromising your manhood, where you are being careless with your spirit, and where you are leaving your heart unguarded. Now go, be different.